Karosta krimināls rajons vienkārši.
Nu, es zinu, ka pēc tums iestāšanās, ka tur esot briesmu lietas. Nu, tā es esmu dzirdējis.
Ka tie ir diezgan tādi slikti cilvēki, kas dzīvo tur tā.
Vairāk tādu uzbrukumu ir notikuši.
Nesakoptība. Mājas novārta atstāts.
Es redzēju, ka katru dienu ieiet veikalā. Cilvēki iznāk ārā ar alkoholu. Vienmēr viņš iznāk. Tas ir jauns cilvēks vai vecs cilvēks, viņš vienmēr nopērk alkoholu.
Там жило очень много людей. Сейчас он развален, разрушен, никому не нужен. И в то же время там продолжают жить люди. Вот что самое тяжелое, печальное.
Diezgan drūma un melna tāda tumša, Liepājas tumšā puse.
Sēkas, kas ir ar grafiti nozīmētas un tā viscauri. Tas liecina, un arī šīs saplēstās pudeles un asinis, tas liecina par to, ka
people think that we are monsters. I just can't explain why.
They are wrong. This I know. They are wrong.
The city loses 25,000 inhabitants, and of course all those 25,000 inhabitants were spending life in Karosta. They lived in Karosta, they used all infrastructure for Karosta. In one day we lose everything.
И военный городок строил Александр III.
Karosta was made at the end of 19th and beginning of 20th century. 50 kilometers from here, from Liepāja, there is a border with Lithuania, and Lithuania belonged to Germany. This part belonged to Tsar of Russia. And he was preparing to war with Germans, so he needed very strong protection somewhere here close to the border.
Потому что ведь этот городок, ну ж и можно попасть и через воздушный и мост, или же объезжая и вокруг. И там уже стояли шлагбаумы, и пускали лишь с документами, и все. Значит, в городок можно попасть всего. И он построил вот в городке, где сейчас и воинская же часть, здесь был и госпиталь, и здесь было здание офицерского собрания. А потом он и построил этот воздушный мост. И чтобы его и построить, он сюда позывал из Франции этого, и кто и строил во Франции Эйфелеву башню.
During the Soviet time, that area was closed for civil persons. There lived just military persons and their families. And Karosta, from the beginning, it was made as absolutely independent town, small town from Liepāja town.
вы знаете, что около моста, за мостом, вот, и где сейчас и построили водолазный, а там же чуть и подальше были, так сделаны такие, так и бетонные укрытия, и там так стояла ж ракетная часть. И ракетная же часть, она и могла запускать ракеты в сторону запада. Видите ли, ракеты все так были атомные.
Нормально было жить, когда была советская власть. Если что-то не то, обратился, и все тебе сделают. А сейчас некому обратиться. Некому, потому что никто это не решает ничего.
И там такая огромная площадь бетонированная, и вот и там был оркестр, и там столько было жителей, и все плакали, что уходит армия. После развала Советского Союза. Ведь это, так здесь были же войска, и так лишь, их стали выводить уже, так и когда была и Латвия, там Эстония, так и Литва уже были самостоятельные. Это так и после Горбачева, он же заявил, что сначала Горбачев, а потом и Ельцин, он заявил, и берите также суверенитета сколько угодно, сколько вы и переварите, и все. И кто, и гражданские, и если они же работали в военных организациях, они уже все, значит, им нужно где-то было устраиваться, а жилье все оставалось. Они же и не могли взять и мебель, обстановку, все было в домах, и люди могли в эту квартиру приходить и жить.
It was a possibility for them also to see what has been hidden there for 100 years. And they entered that area, and if somebody saw that this house has more beautiful door than I have, then Why shouldn't I take it? They took even bath and sometimes doors and windows and everything that they could take off this flat. That was time when this area was destroyed. It was told for people here in the city center that it's dangerous. When it gets dark, it's dangerous to go there because there are Russians and they will ask you questions, why are you here and what you are doing and so on. It was a bit dangerous. They celebrated Russian festivals and everything that involved military celebrations and some parades and everything like that. Birthday of the Tsar of Russia and so on. But they didn't celebrate much of Latvian festivals. And the reason might be the one that those people were from different parts of Russia, and the language that they were communicating, using for communication, it was Russian language.
А потом, значит, они рассчитывали, что здесь будут жить и латышское население. А потом латышское население отказалось, потому что сказали, это так и сейчас у нас, а потом обратно и вернутся русские и все отберут.
All my family live only in this room because it was Soviet Union and we have neighbors right next door. Not like next door, but next room. And they have, again, family. And another small family live in the small room. And we have one kitchen for everyone and one bathroom and one toilet. So it was hard time, how I said. But only because I was child. For me, it was like, wow, so good. I have so many friends, so big family. So good to live in here. When we moved, I thought, oh, it's like a pit stop, that flat in Karosta. But it wasn't. It was my new home. Now it's my home. I don't know the reason. It just was like a letter from the council, like, sorry, but you should empty this place. I feel now like they steal something from me. They steal my home. And it's not so good. It's not a good feeling.
Taxi drivers wouldn't drive you out here. I mean, they said, no, we don't bring you out there.
Помощи действительно знаю такое, что скорая помощь отказывалась ехать на помощь к маленькому ребенку, и что эту проблему решили только тогда, когда позвонили главврачу города. Это лично было при мне.
Кто сумел жить, то живет. Не сумел, погибай.
I live in here for 15 years and it's not really so bad place. I mean, I like this place. It's my home. It looks not so good, but it's still good from inside. I remember this building before. It was like yellow color and with bright and I don't remember actually green or blue balcons. So it was beauty. And now it's more like gray.
Nobody took care of it, so it became this kind of absolutely lawless territory. And there was no police, there was no army, there was no nothing, and most of it was just demolished and robbed.
В военном городке живет русские, алкоголики, наркоманы и бомжи. Так скажите, пожалуйста, кто я?
Творят все это вон в верхах, там, в Риге, кто сидят в правительстве. Вот от чего все это зависит. Вот. Правительство воду мутит. Вот. А люди, есть люди, нормальные люди, нормальный народ, все. Вот. Все идет с верхов.
the city council started to make a number of decisions what to do with the buildings in Karosta, and one of the options was also to have some partner organizations to support us in this particular business. We asked private sector to participate in renovation and also to rent those buildings from the city, but unfortunately also private sector was quite poor in this period of time.
Но с точки зрения постороннего человека, причем простого, то выглядело это так, что это просто все было брошено, и как любое брошенное хозяйство, оно стало просто разрушаться. И именно такое впечатление, и думаю, что это не только впечатление, и правда, что городок — это как раз то последнее место, которое будут приводить в порядок.
I remember when I was here the first times, then in the area here was several these metal points where you could give metal and get money for it, yeah? And all of them were open 24 hours a night. Several, not 1, 2, 3, but like 4, 5, 6 in the area. So people just took things, sell it. So the place was robbed in a very, very short time. And so this legend about when the Soviet army left, everything was demolished, it's not true. It was left in a quite good condition. And then the robbery and the lawlessness that happened like the year and a half after. And then it continued, and it still continues in some senses.
А к старому человеку кто пойдет? Грабить меня нечего. Они всех наизусть знают. У кого золото, у кого деньги, у кого доллары. А у нас что, вот церковные копейки.
Сами люди, я же говорю, сюда в основном раньше переселяли людей, после того, как все развалилось, именно за неплату квартир. В первую очередь, это кого? Это неустроенных людей, в частности, страдающих там алкоголизмом или еще чем-то. Естественно, это городок не украсит.
А, тут я недавно, 2 года назад, мне здесь квартиру дали.
И мне очень обидно было, когда в газете читаешь, что военный городок – это отрубье города. Как это понять? Что вот здесь посылали людей, у кого нету денег, которые не может там за квартиры заплатить, сюда переселяли. Но они же такие же люди, как мы все, они же не виноваты, если они думают одеть ребенка или заплатить за квартиру.
From Liepāja city people, they have always looked upon Karosta as something alien, something apart. Yeah? And then all of a sudden it's not. All of a sudden it's actually no more these schlagbaums or these closed areas. You can go here, well now you can't because of the bridge. But so there is, if you go to the mental mind of people, then that has been growing in from generation to generation, that there is Liepāja and there is Karosta. That's two different things. And from 1994, all of a sudden, it's an open area again. Yeah?
Maybe they are from good part of the city, I mean city center. Maybe their parents have good cars and a good job. But I don't think that they are different. They also smoke cigarettes in 10 years, somewhere, I don't know. I did it in the forest or on the beach. But maybe they have some, I don't know, underground place or something like this, so where they can hide. But I don't think so, but I know that we are same, but they think that only because I am from Karosta, I'm not saying like them.
When I was a child, me and my friends, we always hide in that place, and it was funny. We have some favorite places in there. I remember some room. It was like no others, and we always smoke in there, and it was like our own place, and nobody know about it. We saw it like that, but people can visit it anytime they want. So
when I was about 8 or 9 or maybe even 7, went to the shop and asked for 1 bottle vodka, for example, just for fun. And it wasn't problem to get it. Just I can say like, this is for my dad, and yeah, why not take it? It was easy.
I remember this place when I was too young, I'm not sure actually. I found in here a lot of beautiful wood pieces. It looked like wood pieces in there, but it was like this, with the holes inside and different sizes, yeah. I collect them in the one bag. I thought that I can give all this and present to my mom. When I went home, I met the woman, and she told me, "What are you doing? What is in your bag?" And I said, "It's wood pieces." And she told me, "This is bones, human bones." So after that, I went back and put all of them back near the sea on the beach, right on the stones. It was shock for me, but not for a long time. I just remember the day when I have full bag of human bones.
Вот за городком туда в сторону, так и расстреливали немцы. Так здесь об этом и есть история написано, что так здесь расстреливали военнопленных и евреев. Там и был уже, ездил, фотографировали мы.
This place is beautiful not because of bones. I like this place since I was too young to speak. I can swim in here, I can dream in here, I can sleep in here. Maybe not in winter time, but in summer, easy. Why not? Just for relaxing, me and nature, nothing else.
People just know that this part of the city is like end of the city, so maybe they found this place like a good place for killing or to trying to leave the body. Why? I just don't know why. But I remember a lot of stories when somebody was found in somewhere, like in the empty house or right behind the pub, or in some empty or even not empty flat, or somewhere else. So it's like normal here. Maybe somebody killed somebody for some reason. He knows that this body will be found, but he doing like special. I will go and put it in Karosta because it's the place where the bodies were found, not once, not twice, not even 10 times.
The people think bad about Karosta only because they remember the time when Karosta was like a place where people who don't pay their bills or I don't know why had problems with the living area in town, and they must be like moved in here. So it was the beginning when the people start thinking that Karosta is not so good for living and for like Karosta is not so safe. They must try it from inside, try all this life from inside, not like they can see it, like all these grey buildings or empty houses or abandoned houses. No, I mean, maybe they need just one chance to try it, to be like us, to live in this place, to buy something in our shops, to wear our clothes. So we are same.
We don't need a hero. We need just a good man and a lot of hands.
In Liepāja, people call him Kalle. He is from Sweden, and he came here. He is artist himself, and he was so impressed about the things that he saw in this area. He made this K Alpha 2 organization, and they own few of the buildings from SARS time. They have made art gallery, contemporary art gallery, K Alpha 2.
Like they had so wide program, so many projects, like learning Latvian for free for Russian people, or kids room, or some, I don't know, workshops, or celebration of some holidays, like together. So they have so many for people from Karosta. Still have. They play a really big part in our lives.
The meaning of K2, it has two meanings, yeah. It's because it's the name of this house is Cathedral Street number 2, so it's K2 is very simple. But also in Latvian, legs is kāja. So to walk by foot, in Latvian you say K2. You walk by K2, yeah. So that's walking by foot. And that's what we did in the beginning. We had no funding, nothing, so we just walked around, tried to make some deals. So that's one. And then if you use this leg thing, then I think that K2 is standing on two legs. One is extremely local, like even so local that it's not Liepāja, it's a Karostan leg, yeah. But the other leg, I think, is very international. It can take this leg to Europe or to North America or to Australia or South Africa or whatever you need, or to Moscow, no problem. Because since we who started this out, we come from film documentary background and we're traveling quite a lot and with a big network of all kind of creative artists from all over the world, not to exaggerate at all. So bringing in here good artists, high professionals, wasn't any problem in the beginning, and is even easier today. And so that's the international leg. So I think K2 stands for a joint venture between extremely local and very global. Yeah, it's something that matches good together.
cartoon came to the city with proposal. Could you rent us those buildings for a very symbolic price? And at that period of time, of course, city council made decision, yes, we are willing to rent. And for example, today they are paying one pound for a year just to rent those properties. Therefore, this was only one way how to protect existing buildings.
Now we have a master plan. We do have that, and I think it's a very logical master plan that there is a center where you can live and where you can eat, and you can call it either a hotel or a hostel or whatever, but one unit where there is eating, sleeping, like a headquarter. Yeah. And then there is one unit that is for education, and then one unit which is an exhibition hall or conference center where the students that are being taught, they can also show their works. And now you see it on a scale that maybe is like this, that there is 15 students making a small exhibitions. But what we see in our master plan is that in some years from now there is 80 or 100 students that make several exhibitions in the big house. It's the same thing, it's just growing organically.
Labvakar vēlreiz. Mums jauno mediju māksliniekiem ir liels prieks jūs šovakar šeit redzēt tik lielā kuplā skaitā. Paldies, ka esat izrādījuši tādu interesi par mūsu pirmo kopdarbu izstādi. Mēs aicinām jūs būt kritiskiem, sasildīties ar karstu vīnu un zāļu tēju. Baudiet, izstāde ir atvērta.
I remember when I first time came to K2, so it was so happy for me, like wow, this is really good center for kids, because they have kids room in there. We had like a chance to use the internet for free and PC computer. One of the first one, like Pentium 1 or something like this, and they have some games or playing stuff like for children. It was so happy for me, just found this place like not second home, no, but like a kid dream.
I remember one very positive feeling that I got from the local community was when we started to put in this, what do you call it, central heating system in this house. Yeah? And then you started to feel a rumor that you got positive response from the local, say, oh, they are serious, because you don't put in so big money and so no big effort into a building if they don't continue to stay. And don't think, but I know that when we started out here, everybody said that no use, if they are so stupid, then let them do it, and so on. And I know that in those days we were looked upon like, okay, artists come in, maybe they'll paint some of the windows in pink color and for one summer and paint some graffiti on some walls and then they will disappear. I mean, this was the attitude. Yeah. But then step by step, real results, renovations, international events, publications, some kind of rumors and some kind of vibrations and so. And then in the period from 2003, 4, 5, 6, then was like, whoa, something's happened. And then the bridge went away. And then all of a sudden, all these hopes kind of, they shattered in some sense.
One of our mates came to us and said, hey lads, have you seen what's happened with the bridge? And we said, no, what's happened? And he said, like, you should go and watch on it. And it was so fucking terrible, because no more bridge. It's really, really bad for Karosta people. I think that bridge destruction was made by city council especially because we had a lot of news that city council want to close the bridge, but because of people they can't, because keep people every day, all the time using this bridge, so they just can't do that, and they find the way. They took a tanker, empty one, and when it leave the port, it just go to the bridge and destroy it, just like this. So it's the end of the story. I mean, they did what they want. The bridge is closed. It's easy. I think it's clever. Clever for them, not for us.
This comment I heard approximately 12 minutes after the bridge went away. It was not, 13 minutes, but not more. It was a telephone call, because I didn't see the accident, but our bookkeeper saw it and she told me to go down and have a look because she thought something was wrong with the bridge. And I went down and I saw it, and then when I stand and I look at this, my mobile telephone is ringing, and a friend of mine said, "It's fixed."
Previous year we started search for funding, and with national government we find resources to renovate this bridge. And we are planning in this year to finish this particular project. It means the bridge will be historically designed like it was, but of course with new technical equipment.
Just yesterday or 2 days ago, I read on the web that the bridge should be up and running by the end of this year, which I can't believe, but if it's written, then let's hope for it. And then means that there will be a connection again, and then we can keep on working. But right now, there is not a good connection. Not on this level, not on this level, and not on any level, actually. It's a big chaos right now.
Тут изменение идет, наоборот, все не в лучшую сторону, а в худшую.
Почему бы здесь дорожки не сделать, свет не поставить, лавочек нет. Вот люди здесь, поставить бы здесь лавочки, люди бы могли отдохнуть, посидеть. Ничего нет. Видите, ничего совершенно нет.
Ухудшаются все платы и так далее. Чем дальше, тем больше дерут деньги за все, за свет, за воду. За воздух уже будут брать воду, деньги.
Of course, we are not ready in one day to take down all buildings, which also built during the Soviet time. But step by step, I think this particular block housing area will be redeveloped, and therefore, usually with potential investors, I'm visiting Karosta myself. But of course, we need a little bit more time to make the changes. Of course, there is always question, maybe the best way is to say like it is. Because if there will be a number of changes, then the Karosta will also lose something. Therefore, in fact, it's a very hard decision-making process also for politicians, which direction to choose. We have a number of projects which is under development, for example, a swimming pool, which will be built and partly used by Latvian Navy and also partly by inhabitants of Liepājas city.
I heard about swimming pool about 5 or maybe even more years ago. Maybe they will build this swimming pool and makes like dream come true. But something tell me from inside that it will be like not for people from Karosta. If it will be like so good and so new, it will be expensive. Karosta's people can visit this place maybe once. So
I think people who live in Karosta, like me, start thinking like, now we have some respect between us, between me and my neighbors and other people, because we're living like and close eyes on all this talking, like Karosta is not so good, and we close eyes on all these people which have real problems with alcohol or drug using. So yeah, it starts like with respect.
Everyday life is full of contrast, really, positive and negative, black and white. For any creative person, I think it's a must to have the contrast. And in Karosta is full of contrast.
My favorite thing in Karosta, I think it's military prison, because that was one of the first things that I knew and that I saw in Karosta.
Нравится. Мне здесь нравится, потому что море. Здесь я купаюсь. Воздух здесь хороший.
Потому что это какой-то рай есть. Это тут море рядом, все тут рядом есть. Тут жить хорошо, тут неплохо. Что в центре жить, это вообще ужас. Там одни дымы и все.
It's still my Karosta. It's still my home. It's still the place where I like to spend my life.
Что по-прежнему здесь очень много зелени, нету никаких заводов. То есть, ну, скажем, экология относительно всего остального хорошая. Ну и, наверное, сила привычки. Человек привыкает ко всему. К этому тоже.
I can close my eyes for a moment and see like another life in Karosta. Another life not for me, but for all people in here. And it's really like a happy life. Without problems, not without problems, everywhere is problems, not because of living area, but like without all these bad stories, without all these wrong opinions, without all these abandoned houses, and with good future, and with sunny days.
Ну, знаете, что я так и военным городком воздух, море рядом. И знаете, и я и на море так и бегаю, я купаюсь и зимой, и в этом октябре, и в ноябре, ну, уже если так и снег выпадет, и замерзла уже тут. Однажды иду так из моря и бегу, одна меня останавливает, и женщина, но она меня не знает, уже фотографирует. А вы что, вы еще живы? А в школе, в 7-й, так сказали, что вы уже умерли. Это и мои конкуренты.
For somebody like for me, Karosta is home for all life. I know that this place is so beautiful, but now it's like have dirty face, and somebody can help to wash this dirty face.